What's up, people? It is me, Skunk Commentary, the skunk host with the most. Nah, let's get serious right away, because today we're gonna talk about a video that's been heavily requested, or it's been requested in the latest couple of days, and I am pretty hyped to talk about it, because when I see that you guys who are watching my videos want the video, I'll do it. So far, I will do every video idea that my fans has for me. And I would be happy to talk about more stuff that more of you people are interested in, because I really like when you guys give me ideas for videos. And this video was requested by Abdul Aziz. Sorry if I mispronounced your name there a bit, but so big shout out to this guy, because we had a really interesting discussion in the comments of my latest video, and he asked me to do another video, so I complied. I'm happy to make this video, because it's made me do a lot more research on the subject. So, and I got pretty interested in it, because this subject is a really interesting and at the same time disturbing. This is a disturbing yet interesting topic. So, recently I was sent a lot of good articles by Abdul Aziz, and in some of these there was data that said that child adoption programs here in Sweden and social services has, throughout the last 100 years, moved over 300,000 kids from their families because of different reasons. Now, I believe that these reasons might vary a lot, and some of these reasons could be that people have not taken care of their families, or parents that have not taken care of their kids in the right way, which is a lot more common than most of you people think. And yeah, there's been a lot of I've seen a lot of different data, and yeah, I have a hard time to believe that every single one of these 300,000 cases could be, at least one of these has to be incorrect in some way. That the kid was, that someone thought the kid was, someone thought that this was different. I could get that, yeah. But I can think that most of these cases could be that, there's been a lot of bad stuff here in Sweden. And as I read in one of the articles, I will link a lot of these articles in the description of this video, because I feel like it is needed to spread information and enlighten people on this subject. And in some of these, and in most of these cases, it has been families of everyone. It does not matter what race you are, what gender the family members have, it doesn't matter who exactly in the family gets adopted and all that, and there's a lot of other stuff that is the important thing, the important reasons what is going on with adoption. And I'm now gonna tell a bit of a story where I think that it would be better if there are better families that could be considered. Yeah, so this story, I'm gonna keep everyone anonymous of multiple reasons. So now, I used to know a family. I was pretty good friends with the son in the family, but then we just couldn't be friends anymore. That is a story for another time. And what happened in this family was that they adopted a whole boatload of kids, which, you know, good by them. To give kids who came alone to Sweden, because that is the story as I've heard it. It could be different, but I am really unsure. And to give these kids who came alone to Sweden, one of these kids who came alone to Sweden, a home is a fantastic thing. But this family were not the best at raising this kid. And I'm going to be fully honest when I say this. This kid did not get raised in a good way. Because, yeah, he had a tough life from the beginning. And then it all got worse. Because of how he had it in this family. And he had several assistants. I don't remember the exact number, because I hear this. I've gotten told all this from one of my siblings, who I'm also gonna keep anonymous for this video. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff that made this guy's, yeah, his life didn't go too well, and they had to give him away to a better family, because this family was clearly not the right one. And there was a lot of incidents that I'm wondering how they were allowed to keep having kids after those incidents. So sometimes the adoption system in Sweden here can be really good. I've had other I've met other people who the adoption system has really helped with, and then this family where it did not help at all. So I really hope that all these kids has gone out their way that I know have a good life right now. But am I shocked by the number of kids that get adopted away each year? I am. I think this number is insanely high. And now, here in Sweden, it's not that, you know, the state just comes and grabs your kids and leaves. It is not like that at all. Here, there has to be an investigation. That's at least how it is nowadays. And for this investigation to happen, there must be someone alerting the state. Or the social... No, not state, the social services. Sorry for giving you a bit bad information there. Yeah, there has to be an investigation. And sometimes these investigations are not the most they're trying to get it as accurate as possible. And if one of these investigations does save a kid, then that is in most scenarios a good thing. Because here in Sweden they try and make it as good for the kids as possible. And yeah, I've had friends who has gotten adopted away because their parents were bad. But again, what else could we talk about when it comes to this topic? Well, again, the data that I was shown was a disturbing amount. But also there's been a lot of misinformation about how the state of Sweden is kidnapping Muslim kids, which is, again, as I've said, we're not doing that. The thing that it is that we are in homes where it is a lot of in homes that are dysfunctional, where, for example, the kids are getting beaten and abused, which is basically the same thing, but it sounds better when I said it that way. In homes like that, they try and get the social services try to save the quote unquote, help the kids as much as they can. And for people who come here from other countries, they've got different culture there, and in some cultures it is okay to beat your kid. It really is a cultural thing sometimes. Now that is not justified, not at all. If you're a child beater, then that is not right, because that is not the way you treat kids. It is okay to punish kids in some ways, but not by beating them. I think that is sick. But yeah. What else is there that's been discussed when it comes to this situation? Well, another thing that I read in an article yesterday was a sort of program that adopted kids away to Swedish families to help these kids get raised and learn to live in Swedish society, which I get it that it is based on some good and better idea, but it is not how you do it. And I don't know how much this program is active nowadays. I don't know how active this program is, but I think that it has stopped for the moment, or I don't really know. I haven't done much research into how active that program is. But do I believe it is right? Not at all. I think most people learn how to become part of Swedish society by getting to make contacts with your family. That you and your family get contacts who can help you evolve and help you turn into a good member of society, not by taking away kids. But would I consider that kidnapping? I would not really consider it the worst case of kidnapping. It is not like, when I think of kidnapping, I think of the cases from true crime, because I'm very interested in true crime. If you want me to make content about that, please tell me in the comments, because I would love to make some true crime content. And when it comes to this, when it comes to true crime, it is basically kidnapping cases. There is that a guy drives up to a kid on the sidewalk and throws her inside his van. That is kidnapping when I think about it. Or the Junko kidnapping, which I would love to make a video about Junko, because I think that is extreme. I think it's an extremely horrible story, but I also think the subject is pretty interesting. So tell me if you'd like to see a video about that. But let's get back to Sweden. Because another thing that was in these, what is that? Fuck, I'm out of words again. Sorry for my stuttering, but again, I'm doing this. I'm freestyling this. And now, when it comes to this idea of that we're kidnappers, that is most often very much misinformation meant to spread. It's misinformation that is meant to get away. It is meant to make people lose trust in Sweden. Which is also a thing. Misinformation is a drug to our society. And fake news it's scary how common fake news are in this modern world. And how can I confirm that it is not only Muslim families where kids get adopted away? Well, I can say this. I've got one of my good friends from school that I knew throughout grade 7, 8, 9. He was not from Sweden originally. I've known him his entire time in Sweden, or close to his entire time in Sweden, and he's been with his family the entire time. And there's also I can almost bet that there's a lot of other people who I do not know too well to ask those questions, but when it comes to school, I go in a class where we talk about humanoira is what it has been called, but subject about language and humans, how we interact with each other, and how humans are in general. That is the program I'm currently working on, and yeah, with that we get to meet a lot of people who aren't originally from Sweden and who is learning how to become Swedish. And most of these are probably with their families. I can say that without 100%, I'm not too sure about it. I'm not 100% sure about it, that's what I'm trying to say. But I can't fucking speak. But I hope that this video has cleared a lot of question marks. That it is not only firstly Muslim children who get quote-unquote kidnapped, and it is not kidnapping. We're trying to help these kids in almost all. And I am not the best person to ask because I'm not very familiar with the whole concept of adopting away kids. I've personally lived with my family my entire life, and I am yeah, if you're more interested in these topics, then I would advise you to go to Swedish government's social medias, or go and try and find other Swedes who are more invested in the topic at hand, because I'm not an expert by any means, and this video is getting really fucking long, so I will try and end this now, and I hope that I've cleared. I've made all this, you know. I hope that I've told information that cleared a lot of question marks, and I hope that a lot of people will now believe that no, Sweden is not in fact kidnapping, breaking into Muslim families' houses and taking away the kids. That is not what is going on at all. What is going on is that if a family is not functional, then we will try and fix it. That is what is going on. So I hope this is clear. This has been informative to everyone, because when a person who watches my content gives me a video then, or tells me to make a video, I will do it. So again, big thank you to Abdul Aziz. Again, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name or something. You're gonna have to tell me in the comments about that one. I'm super thankful for your comment, and if any one of you guys out there who are interested in, who has a topic that you think I should talk about, please tell me in the comments. I would love to know. And I'm going to end the video here, and there might be part 3 if there is if there are still some stuff that I haven't really talked about that needs to get talked about with this. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great time. This is